It was brutal. Millions of people were going in. They weren't coming back. Mass murder sanctioned by the government. It was the Holocaust. Jews were being rounded up one by one. And those that weren't taken yet were praying that their time would never come. That something or someone would save them. And for some, this wish came true. Chihune Sugihara was their savior. He and his wife Yukiko single-handedly saved thousands of Polish Jews from the Holocaust. And now I'd like to take the time to tell you why they deserve the highest of praise. First, I'll tell you just how they saved them, and the circumstances surrounding the ordeal. And then, I'll tell you the consequences of his actions. Chihune Sugihara was the consul of Japan in Lithuania at the time of the Holocaust, which means he was there firsthand to see all the Jews who wanted to escape. They were lining up, knocking on his door, looking for a way out, and Sugihara wanted to help them. He wired his superiors and told them that he wanted to give them travel visas into Japan, and they responded with a resounding no. And that meant that Sugihara was in a tough position. You see, at the time, Japan was run by a very strict code of honor. He was a government employee, and he had to follow orders. And he knew that if he didn't do so, they'd probably fire him. But he did it anyway. He sat down and he wrote 6,000 visas, which means that 6,000 Jews were saved from the Holocaust. This is the second largest number of Jews saved from the Holocaust. Chihune and Yukiko slaved for hours, for days, without breaks, to write those 6,000 visas, and those people escaped into Japan and China. Thousands of saved by the valiant effort by one man and his wife. Now, even though you know how he saved them, you don't really understand how great it was until you realize how it affected him and his family. Now, like I said before, Japan had a very strict code of honor. On one hand, he was a government employee who had a duty to obey his orders. And on the other hand, he was a samurai who had a duty to protect others. And the sad thing was, and he knew this, he wouldn't be rewarded for saving lives. He would be punished for disobeying an order. He would most likely be fired and never allowed near the government again. But he made the right choice, and he did it anyway. When it was all over, the Japanese relieved him of his duty and services in 1945. His own fears came true. His career was in shambles, but Sugihara took it as it was, and he became a translator. Hardly a fitting ending for a hero. He died 20 years later as that same measly translator, which means he died as a nobody, someone who wouldn't properly be remembered by history. Although, in 1985, he was called Righteous Among Nations by Israel, and that was their country's highest honor. At least someone recognized Sugihara for the hero that he was. To conclude, Chihune Sugihara deserves to be remembered as a hero because of his politically daring rescue attempt. He saved 5,000 more Jews than Oskar Schindler, yet he isn't remembered nearly as fondly. Adolf Hitler authorized the secret killing of millions, and he was proud of himself. Chihune Sugihara serves as a reminder that good people are still left in this world who are willing to help despite the consequences. Thank you.